This is going to be part 2 of the interior restoration, so let's get started. I'm fixing the tweeter speakers, and most likely yours are going to look exactly like mine. You see how cracked is the foam edge of the speaker, this area right here. So to fix this, you need to pop off this metal cover first, then you need to pop off the plastic cover, which is holded by 4 points. You see this melted plastic. You need to use your iron soldering or something like this and melt the plastic, and then you can use your flat screwdriver, clean up this area, and you will be able to pop off the plastic cover. And after this you need to clean off the old foam and then glue the new one. And here is the new foam edge, which I bought from Amazon. It's a 2.5-inch size, and you just need to place it over like this, and glue it. Of course, you first gonna glue this area, and then you're gonna let it dry, and you're gonna glue the outside edge then. And I used some Q-tips to hold the speaker from moving, from not bouncing. I messed up my other one a little bit. I cracked it while cleaning it. I'm gonna try to glue it. Hopefully it's gonna hold up. We'll see. And here is the final result. Not too bad. I end up putting some extra glue on the inside edge here, just in case. And now I just have to wait 24 hours. Been more than 24 hours. So now let me turn on the music and see how it sounds. This is my new audio player actually, and it's quite nice. It's only $100. Alright, the sound here. Read the volume. Not bad. I'm doing the wiring harness for the radio, and I just want to show you how I'm crimping the wires together. I'm not using any butt connectors, neither I'm soldering the wires. Simply I'm using these brass connectors, which are quite nice, and they do make the job a lot easier. You just need this crimping tool for the job, and once you crimp the wires together, you just need to slide over a shrink tubing, and it will look like this. These are the new black door panels, and they are in pretty good condition overall. The only thing is they came with a cloth insert, and for this reason I'm going to rewrap them with a suede. I already did the one on the back, and it turned out not too bad. It could be a little bit better, but overall it's okay. Now I just need to do the second door panel, and pretty much I do need to remove all these pieces to get to the insert. The only thing is the plastic is really old and fragile, and the threads are breaking off for these plastic pieces, which kinda sucks because after this I have to put her together, and it will be a really difficult job. Let me quickly show you what you have to do to get to the insert. First, you do need to remove this. It's held by 3 screws, and then you do need to remove all the screws you can see. And after this you are going to remove first this vent, and it's held by 2 nuts right over here. You need to unscrew them counterclockwise, and you do need to be careful because this thing is plastic, and you don't want to force it, because if you force them the plastic will break off. After this you need to remove this vent, and then this piece of the vent, and there are a few more screws here which you have to take off, and then you can pop off this plastic piece, and then you get to the insert. And the reason you're doing this is because you have a screw here, and you cannot get to this screw without removing this plastic piece here. I did end up breaking a lot of the screws, you can see here, which is not really a good thing, but this is what is going to happen to you also, most likely. So now I need to take off the old cloth material, or whatever material it is. This actually is not a cloth, maybe it's like a jeans material, something like this. Anyway, You do have a few staples to take off here, or here on this edge, and over here. After you take off all the staples, you can peel off the old material. To take off the old staples, you can use a hook like this, and then simply use some pliers to pull off what is left, just like this. Pretty simple. Now we need to remove the old foam, and you can use some kind of a scraper. I'm gonna use this wooden chisel. It does a wonderful job cleaning the old foam. It's all clean now and ready to be sprayed with some headliner adhesive, and I'm going to spray this piece and the suede and then just glue them together. Pretty simple. Both of the pieces are sprayed. You need to start from the top, go to the bottom, but it's good to have a second person to help you out. And it's all late now, I didn't mess it up anywhere, so now I just need to flip it on the other side. All the extra material is trimmed out. I did few cuts, not few cuts, actually many cuts, so it will be a lot easier to fold. Now I just need to spray the plastic and this thing again in the suede, but you have to be careful not to spray this part, the other side. It will be really difficult to remove the glue from the suede. This is how it turned out. Pretty good. I didn't mess it up at all, because on my first one I did mess it up here a little bit. You can't even see it, but this one, it turned out perfect. Here is the other side. Maybe if I do have some staples like the factory ones, it will be good, but I don't, so we'll see. Hopefully it's gonna hold up. Here's the back. I did end up putting a little bit more glue here, so it should be fine. And the only bad thing about the suede is that it does get dirty really quickly, and it's really difficult to keep clean. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the end result. And the final step is adding a little bit of a plastic bonder here and there, because a lot of the clips are broken. I'm using a GB Weld plastic bonder. It's really good. It's not the first time I'm using this one, so I know that it will hold up quite well. These are the new speakers I bought for the Eclipse, and they were on sale for $50–60, and the size is 6.5 inches. This is for the front, and the fitment is actually not bad. It's pretty much exact fit. You just need to drill a new holes. This is the original one on the top. You don't need to drill another one on the bottom, because the genuine speaker does have a specific form, and that's why. Otherwise the fitment is good. And here's the other side, and you just need to drill the hole here. Connecting the 10 gauge wires for the fuel pump rewire and for the gauges and some accessories which I'm planning to connect later. And that's why I bought these 10 gauge fuse holders, which are heavy duty ones. They look pretty solid, and to connect them I'm using these butt connectors, which are shrinkable, and these wire terminals, which I really like. This is the terminals which I'm using, and the tool which I'm using also is this one, which is not the exact tool you're supposed to use, but it does the job really good. You see this one already crimped, and it is not going to disconnect. It's really solid. Let me show you. right here in the vise is one which I already did just for a test, and this is with the butt connector. And now I'm moving the table and the wire is not going anywhere, so that's a really good thing. This is how it turned out. The only problem is that one of the fuse holders is right over there, and I do need to remove the battery to check this fuse, but that's okay. And now I'm just going to install my center console. What I did is simply drill 2 holes and installed 2 switches here. One is for my Raspberry Pi, like it's gonna be the DSM link is gonna be on the Raspberry, and this one is gonna be for the underglow. These are the switches in the back, and the wiring I'm already done. Here is the wiring, and the new stereo is here, and this is the Raspberry Pi which I'm talking about. It's like a smart computer, so I'm gonna link the DSM link to this one. I will mount it right over here. The problem is it's a little bit too big, so I will need to trim out my bezel, which is something I don't want to do, and I'm not sure if it's gonna turn out good, so we'll see what's gonna happen. So let's first mount the center console. Before I start moving forward, I do have to remove this quarter window because of the damage I did with the pressure washer, and it's kind of breaking off on the back. So my plan is to break the window, since the other method is gonna scratch the paint and mess up everything. I already have the spare one, so I'm gonna break off the window. That's the plan, and then I'm gonna rip this off and I should be fine. Let's see. Fuck, this thing worked for sure. It made a mess, but it does work. It did a good damage. You still can hear the glass cracking. The corner window is off, and I do have a lot of rust here. I clean it up over here also, and pretty much everywhere. A little bit here and some here, but I clean it up. I do need to clean it up a little bit more. Then I'm gonna prime it, paint it, and put back the new one. It's not easy taking this window off. Not fun. And now it's left from the window is right here. The headliner is all clean now, and the funny thing is there were 3 different headliner fabrics on this one. So someone installed a headliner fabric over headliner fabric over headliner fabric, which is kind of insane, but someone did it. And this is my cat. Now I just need to spray it with the adhesive and then install the new headliner fabric. It's gonna be a suede, and it's out done. It turned out really good. I like these headliners because they're easy to do. They're mostly flat, not like the German ones, which are really difficult. And here's in the back. So I think it will look awesome once I install it. I bought the carbon fiber A-pillars, exactly the same one I have on my silver Eclipse. You don't need to glue them to the factory A-pillars. And I'm gonna use plastic bonder and these clamps. simply I'm gonna apply plastic bonder to the factory A-pillar, clamp them together, and on this side I drill a hole for every single gauge so the wiring can go through. And now once I'm done, it will turn out something like this. I have done a lot of work to the Eclipse lately, and I also bought a new strut bar. It's not the prettiest one, but it's pretty solid, and I think the car will handle really nice with it. I still need to mount the bar. Over here I took off this trim piece since I do need to respray it. I also took off the out tint, which was quite a lot of work. And over here I put back the glove box. It took me forever to align the glove box, and now it's closing, but it's not perfect because you see I do need to force it a little bit. I also put back the headliner. You can see probably nothing since the headliner is dark, but it does look really good. I also changed the belts with the black ones. This is something which I really wanted for quite a while, and now I have black belts. That's something really nice. And I also put back the A-pillar, the carbon fiber A-pillars, and on the other side the gauges. I rewired the gauges and now they are working actually. Let me go to the other side, and over here it's a lot of mess since I tinted this back window, but the garage is really dirty, and there is a little bit of contamination. Like, I mean, I have like a really small dots, and that's because from dust. It's from the dust. I need to clean the garage, and I should be able to make it perfect, but it's pretty much not visible, but I see it, and it's annoying me. Anyway, let me see. Over here the gauges, really nice. I need to plug back the battery. Just give me a second. Now let's turn on the ignition, and the gauges are quite nice. I can't wait to start the car and see them like in action. And I also changed the bulbs on my gauge cluster with LED ones. You see how bright it is. This kinda not really good, since you see this is the brightest one. It was pretty dim, and that's even maybe brighter than the factory one. And if I go like this, it's really bright. So I have to go as bright as hell to be able to see this one, which is not really good. And this one is LED also. And let me plug this device on the top. This is where I'm going to mount the Raspberry Pi, and I do need to cut this trim piece and make it flush with the stereo. We will see if this is possible, but this is how it's gonna look. Kinda not like this, because this look pretty bad, but it will be there. And to turn it on, I have a button here. I don't need to turn on the ignition, since it does take a while to boot, and you don't want to start the car and then kill it, and then it need to reboot again. Let me turn on the ignition while it's booting. And I also bought a new shift knob. It's the exact same one like in my silver Eclipse. It's quite nice, not expensive. It's taking a while, but it's almost ready. Let me turn on the dash lights to see how it's gonna look. And it's ready. Let me turn on the lights, and to open the DSM link you gotta press here, DSM link, and it's gonna load. And now I'll have a live data. Just watch the throttle position. You see it's moving, so it's quite nice. You cannot do any adjustments through here since the screen is too small, and it's just to have some live data. I just want to see if I can do it, and that's how it's gonna look. Not bad. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here since it's already way too long. Let me turn off this ignition, and that's it pretty much, I guess. I do need to clean the rust here. It's quite a lot of rust here. Good thing I took it off. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and see you on the next one.